White kid defends MLK.
Dr. King was good, okay? He wasn't just for black people. He made the poor people's campaign because he wanted the poor to have houses and jobs, even white poor people.
Start this today, bud.
In today's video, guys, we are going to see how toddlers, white toddlers, have more sense than their white parents. Yes. White toddlers are showing more love. They are showing kindness to black Americans, to black parents. This is shocking, and it has stormed the internet, and people are saying these white toddlers don't actually know racism. They were taught racism. I just feel like racism, if we want to fight against racism, it should be from small. These toddlers growing up, if they're in a community where there is no racism, America will be a better place today. Yes, America will definitely be a better place today. Let's watch these videos and see how these black parents, these black Americans, are so happy with these toddlers, these white toddlers, their reactions towards them. Guys, watch with me. Let's see.
I love you, black women. I love you, black women. I love you, black women. I love all you black women out there. I love you, black women. 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 Yes! I love you, black women.
I love all the beautiful young black women.
Yes! I love you, black women.
If you can't tell, the whole black Scottish thing and the whole gingers are black thing, like, Americans are obsessed with black people. It's clear. Even the racist ones. We are obsessed with black people. We love them. Most of us love them. There are a few of us that act like they hate them, but they're also...
Ain't no place I'd rather be. I'm with my queen.
Yeah!
I saw that you were raised by a black woman. Is that correct?
Most of my homes and group homes were black. Like, I can't say, like, I know I'm white. At the end of the day, I'm white. You see my color? All that. But white people didn't like me. It was really weird. Like, most of the homes that accepted me was black. Mm-hmm. And I never understood why. I was just like, okay, cool. I never really cared. As long as I was somewhere where there's love. Love has no color. So that woman took me in, and I literally owe her my whole world. Like, I'm going to give her everything. Like, she took me in when nobody else did.
I just absolutely love black people. Just want to put that out there. I love black people. I love y'all, man. Mention anything about how I didn't like white people, about how white people aren't beautiful, and about how white people aren't good. You notice how I didn't mention white people at all in this entire video. And yet, due to the nature of white people wanting to center in themselves and everything, I can guarantee you that my comments will be flooded with a bunch of racist people saying either, well, you should love both people, I love all people regardless of color, or what about white people? Check the comments.
So I'm in Malawi with my fiance, the love of my life.
This is my wife. I love her.
Yeah.
That's
The wedding is next week, so
Next week,
everyone's
Friday.
invited.
Friday, you have to come for the wedding.
Do it again.
No chemical, natural. From the roots, from the roots. It's so cute. Thank you. Chemical, no chemical.
You can try there if you want. You can try it. Can I make my hair like that? Can I make my hair?
Maybe in the future.
Now, our hair, man. Our hair. Can we do it like your guys' too? Our material. Why not?
Yes. In the future, when you grow up.
Growing up, my best friend came from a mixed family. Her mom was white, her dad was black, and they had several children together. Her dad was my basketball coach, and I fell in love with their family and all of the kids, and their home became my safe space. I was there all the time, for days at a time, and especially on the weekends. So that meant that they would inevitably end up dragging me along wherever they were already planning on going. And every Sunday, that meant that they were going to church. Specifically, they were going to an all-black church. Every week that I went, myself and her mom were the only white people there. And I loved going to church with them every week. I loved the people, I loved the culture, I loved the faith traditions, I loved the way that they were so kind and accepting. They never made me feel weird for being there. They just greeted me every week with a big "Hello, Sister Sarah," and a hug. Growing up, there's nothing that could have given me a more rich experience than being surrounded by diversity and by different culture than mine. It made me better. And in that particular situation, it was extremely beneficial for me to experience what it felt like to be the minority in the room. So many people choose to hate simply because they've never been exposed to the richness and the beauty of others' cultures. To me, there's nothing more incredible than learning from and embracing one another. Our diversity is beautiful, it makes us better, and it's nothing to fear.
Let's go, Bones.
All right. Come on.
See you later.
At first you didn't want to look at me.
Bye. That was funny.
I'm a white child and I have a black mama.
I love her.
Your response was so eloquently said, and like I have the world needs to hear this. Go ahead.
Okay, so one day.
Remember, you got 3 minutes, so.
Alright, so one day I was walking down the street with Davina, and then this man in his red truck, he literally said, "Yo, what you doing with that white boy?" And I said, "Excuse me, sir. Technically, if I live in a black family, I'm black. And also, you cannot judge someone by their color, because that's the way they look, and they don't want to change it. Neither can you. So, do not judge anyone.
Do not judge anyone. So what's basically what you want the world to know?
Do not judge anyone by their color.
That's right.
Or be, well, you know the word, to other people.
Exactly.
Racist.
That's right.
And if you do, there will be bad consequences for you in life, and then you won't feel bad for the people that you were mean to."
Okay. Well said. Very proud.
Now knows what it's like to have a second mom who is a black woman. So as a kid, as the only unmelanated one 99% of the time, when I would go to my sister's house, my other mom, who is a black woman for context, she would, so Mom Canada's house was like the house to this day. Like, you never know. You go over there and there's just going to be other family members just chilling. Like, everybody's just going over there, right? And as a kid, this happened on like multiple occasions where if the little ones, like the little nieces and nephews or the little cousins or whatever, were acting out and acting crazy, Mama Carnetta would threaten to slap the black off of them. But if I was over there, she would then point to me and be like, "That's what happened to Ribbon." I mean, she called me my government name, but like, "That's what happened to Ribbon. That's why Ribbon's white, is because I slapped the black off of him." And she would say it with such a serious face. And then she would like look at me like, don't say anything. Don't snitch. And I'm just like trying not to laugh. I'd be like so serious. And I'd be like, yeah, that's exactly why I look like this. That's exactly what happened. And it would scare the crap out of these kids. They behave after that. Like, cause they were young enough that they thought that. Like, they would really think like that she had slapped the black off of me and that's why I was white. Just slapped the melanin right off. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, y'all. I actually once screwed up braiding somebody's hair because of this, because I was trying not to laugh so hard and it distracted me. Because I learned how to braid. I know how to do quite a lot of braids. Not doing any on white people that are not meant for white people hair, by the way. Just an FYI, because I always get people ask that when they find out I can braid. They'll be like, oh, are you putting box braids in black women or in white women's hair? I'm like, no. But there was one time I was literally braiding a cousin's hair and like screwed up one of the braids. I had to restart the whole row because she said this, and I was trying not to laugh. I was trying to be so serious. But it happened today to my son. He was hanging out with friends. And we're all there at the park and whatnot. And this littler one was not listening, right? It was his friend's little brother who was not, because my son and his friends are too old to fall for this. But the little brother is not listening at all. And she, my friend, she just, without hesitation, is like, I'm going to slap the black off you. You don't stop climbing on that. Because like he was going to hurt himself as he was climbing on stuff he wasn't supposed to. And she then goes and like looks at Clark and's like, that's what happened to your brother's friend. That's why he looks like that. That's why he's white. And Clark is so confused. He's just like, what? Like he did not get it at all. But he just went with it. He was just like, okay, sure. That's totally, whatever. I'm sorry. I can't stop laughing. It's just funny because like for me, the Mama Cornetta and stuff are the like queens of being able to keep a straight face, because I could never keep a straight face when saying that. And I've had people like make jokes about that as an adult too. I've even like, if I go to a family gathering and stuff, because I come from a mixed race family. So like if I go to that side of the family and hang out with them, I am usually the only one that looks like this. And I've had family members also be like telling their little kids that that's why I look like this. And it's just so hard to keep a straight face. Like, how are y'all keeping a straight face while saying this stuff? It gets funnier because on the drive home, my youngest apparently heard this conversation and I didn't realize it. And he asked me if that's why he was white. He asked if that's why we looked different than our other family members. Because we've visited like my white family several times, right? Like visited them a lot. But not as much because they're farther away. We're here in Texas, military moves you around. So he's seen the black side of his family a lot more. And he was like, is that why we look different? My poor children. My poor children are so confused now.
I'm the daughter of a black woman, and yes, she's my biological mother. Why do I talk about my mom so much? For a couple different reasons. The first reason is the same reason why a person who has an absent father doesn't talk about their father. He wasn't around to talk about. Most of my life I spent with my mom and her friends and or my friends' parents. The second thing is there is not a whole lot of representation out in the world about a black mother and a white presenting daughter and their racial struggles and dynamics, and that deserves to be talked about because honestly, everybody deserves representation, and it does multiple things, right? One, it gives somebody a relatable, safe place to land, to look at and hear a story and be like, man, I went through that too, or dang, that's me too, I thought I was the only one. It gives people somewhere where they otherwise don't have somewhere to go, because honestly, transparently, some biracial people don't feel like they are allowed to talk about the dynamics and the struggles that they have with their black parent or their other ethnic parent because of systematic struggles, so it's almost like you feel like you're disallowed. It also might help another black mother realize that there are conversations that they haven't had and need to have with their children, or maybe there are some things that they're doing that could be negatively impacting their child's mental health. Sometimes we don't even realize we're doing things because we think it's best love and it's best intention, but when it comes to later in life, you find out like, oh man, like that was actually very damaging. We can kind of cut to the chase with some of these stories that you hear. And you know what? If you find that you're just not relating, or you just don't agree, or you're not interested, you know what? The great thing about life is we have free will, and you know what you can do with it? You can swipe, you can block me so you don't have to see me anymore. I am totally cool with that.
My mom used to walk me to school every day. Again, my mother is a black woman and I'm light skinned. When we get to the school and my mom kissed me goodbye, the kids started teasing me. And it was happening often. And the kids were saying, that is not your mommy. You're white and she's explicit. And she's black. And now I'm from England, okay? And so coming to this country, I wasn't, and I was still, young enough that I remember more of England than America at the time. And I didn't understand what that meant because I'd never paid attention to the fact that my mother was darker skinned than I was. She was just my mom. I didn't notice. So I felt uncomfortable and I felt embarrassed. I didn't know why they were saying that. And so here I am, third grade. I go home to my mom and I say to her, Mom, I don't want you to take me to school anymore. And she says to me, well, why? And I said, well, because I'm embarrassed because you're black and I'm white. And my mother wept and she cried and she told me I was ashamed of her. And how could you say something like that? And my mom was in so.
Since we're on the topic of race, I think that this is a great story time opportunity to talk about my upbringing. I have a black mother and a white father. Growing up, I didn't know that I was different, but I knew that something was supposed to be a secret. Trigger warning, this is about racial passing and my experience growing up in my hometown back in the day. We moved from another state and my grandma, who's white, she kept telling me, you can't go around telling people that your mom is black. You have to tell them that that's the nanny. When you go to school, like, don't mention your mom. It's like, why? I remember asking her why. And she was like, because it's gonna be harder for you. They're gonna treat you differently. They're gonna put you in stupid classes and all this stuff that she was telling me. But I knew for my grandmother, it was more of a social aspect. She didn't want people knowing that her grandchildren were like half black. In this elementary school I went to, I noticed that double fountains, not just like a small one and a big one, but it was like a small one and a big one and then another small one and a big one next to them. And it was always near the bathrooms. And I always questioned, why is there two girls' bathrooms like so close to each other and two boys' bathrooms so close to each other? I didn't know that my school was at one point a segregated school. Two black people in my whole school. Everyone else was white. My hair would curl because of the humidity. And my grandma wanted to erase the black. She wanted to erase the black. Back in the day, there was something called Japanese perms, a relaxer. And I would just remember my scalp burning in the shower. Other things that she would do, she would like, when you go to like the beauty supply store and you see like those like special soaps, she would put all those soaps on me and tell me like, stay in the shade, squeeze my nose, thinking that it'll make it smaller. Starts questioning you, just say that you're Italian. And it's just crazy. So there was this black boy named Jeremy that like joined our class like mid-year. When I tell you, that's when I learned that they'll treat you differently. Jeremy wasn't allowed to go on the blacktop. Jeremy had to stay inside. Jeremy, obviously like schools have like funding for like kids that can't go to like certain like field trips. They'll leave Jeremy behind. The kids will call Jeremy and like the teachers would just like laugh about it. And I always felt like Jeremy knew that I was part black, but he didn't like know. Like he like felt it but didn't know. That's when I noticed like, oh shit, if I tell someone I'm black, like I'm gonna be treated like Jeremy. So I just didn't tell anyone. It wasn't like I was ashamed or something, but I was taught like this was something bad. There would be like parent-teacher conference and my grandmother would show up in replacing my mom. My mom's very submissive, very sweet woman. Oh, you can't show up. You're gonna ruin this family. You're gonna ruin her opportunities if you tell people. I'm not one of those like self-hating. I'm not here like, oh, don't look at my mom. Like none of that. Like me and my mom were really cool. Like we really chill. She was just here like yesterday. But my grandma, trials and tribulations. So my mom one day randomly decided to show up to the elementary school and it was my birthday. When people saw my
After all, guys, if you are raised by a black parent, if you are raised in a black community as a white, I'm telling you, you are far better than all those that are raised in a white community. If I'm lying, tell me in the comment section. Yes. If you are raised in a black community as a white, you are far better than those that are raised in a white community. Yes. Watching this, I was so happy seeing all these black parents, all these, oh, they are so happy. Now the kids wish they had black parents. Yeah, these toddlers wish they had black parents. Guys, just drop your thoughts in the comment section what you think about this. And if you are a white that was raised in a black community, please tell me how you were treated. I want to know. Yeah, and if you are also, and if you have seen a friend or a colleague that was raised in a white community, tell me. I want to know the difference, because I have seen videos of these girls, these ladies, these men telling us how they were raised in the black community, and it was top notch. It was definitely top notch. Please don't forget to hit that subscription bell and turn on your notification, because I am going to drop the next video and you won't want to miss out with React with Mrs. X. I will see you in my next episode. Bye for now.